Hey, what's up, everybody? This your guy via Philly. It's aggressive intelligence. Tapping back in with y'all. The topic I wanted to touch on today is learning from other ethnicities. A lot of times, where we come from, being young and black, especially, you know, we got to guard up all the time, and that's our defense mechanism. You know what I'm saying? And it's not really out of fear. It is out of fear. It's out of fear of the unknown. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we don't even learn from each other or share resources with each other that can be valuable to one another. You know what I'm saying? So the idea of learning from those from other ethnicities is like completely off the table because we so guarded and closed minded. You know what I'm saying? It leads to our ignorance. You know what I'm saying? And just not knowing how to communicate with people that operate outside of your normal environment. You know what I'm saying? So we end up missing out on a lot, and it leads to us being behind even farther than we already are. You know what I'm saying? As a whole. And I got a personal experience that I would like to tie into the topic. Me and my girl, screw me. Man. Me and my girl had went out to the Poconos for the first time. And, I had booked us a villa for the weekend. It was Valentine's Day weekend. And this was like, when I was still in the celebrating holidays and all that. But I had booked us a villa for the weekend. And we hopped on a Greyhound and we shot out there. And the spot that, the shuttle bus, the shuttle service for the resort come pick you up from, it was at a McDonald's. So we stepped in the McDonald's to get something to eat. Well, while we was waiting. And I'll never forget, it felt like something straight out of a movie. Like, when I tell you it was all eyes on us, it was nothing but white people in this McDonald's. And everybody turned around. Those that wasn't facing this way already, everybody was like, and it just felt crazy. I'm always be comfortable in my own skin. And my lady gonna always be comfortable when she beside me. So I wasn't really tripping on it. It was just more so like, I don't even, like, what I get myself into? Like, I don't even want to be out this joint. Like, I'm about to, like, start trying to see when the next Greyhound going that way, you know what I'm saying, going the other way is coming. And we about to be out. And, my lady helped, put me at ease and just reminded me, like, the way that we operate is always on God's time. We ain't gonna let no people make us feel no type of way to that extent to where we about to switch up our program. And I'm like, you know what, we right, because this is something that we've been wanting to do. We both been wanting to come out here. And, so we end up going through, and the shuttle bus came and picked us up. And the resort we stayed at, it was Split Rock Resort. And if y'all ever, like, go out there, you need a spot to stay at, I ain't gonna lie, that's a good job. But I'm gonna try to summarize the story, get to the point. It's like 5 different spots with them in the resort that you can stay at. The Galleria is the middle joint. That's the main location. That's more like family friendly if you went out there with your kids or a family, like little vacation or, a family event. Everything caters to the family right there. Like, y'all stay upstairs and all you gotta do is come downstairs. And that's where, like, most of the activities is at. The movie theater, the restaurants, the indoor pool, and etc. You know what I'm saying? But, I ain't want to stay there. Like, I'm a little key. I like to be in my zone. You know what I'm saying? So I booked one of the 4 other spots. And it's a shuttle bus service that they offer. And they come pick you up every 30 minutes. It's stop at every spot. But you just got to be downstairs and be outside and ready when they come. So anyway, long story short, we didn't even know about the shuttle service at first. We caught a cab to go to the CVS to get our little incidentals when we first got out there. And I think it was the cab driver that let us know, the way y'all staying at offer a shuttle bus service. So I'm like, oh, all right, bet. So we was going to have dinner. So we go hop on a shuttle bus. It's an older white couple, in the shuttle bus already. And, we hop on and, naturally, given our situation that happened earlier, we kind of like, we guarded right now, you know what I'm saying? So we spoke, keep it respectful. But, we wasn't trying to, like, initiate any conversation. So we was just over here in our little zone, and they was over here. And it's crazy because this was an older white couple, and we was the ones wrong because now we judging what we went through. Now we judging somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Because we feel like there's no way everybody out here ain't racist, you know what I'm saying, after what happened at the McDonald's and the vibes that we caught. But this couple, they end up initiating a conversation with us. And it's crazy because I got to ask some of the questions that I had, I wanted to ask people that, like, lived out there or frequented it, you know what I'm saying, that was always out there. So they live there. So them coming to the resort, that's just what they do on the weekend. That's just they thing they do, like, almost every weekend, they said. And they also live out there. So I was asking them, like, hood shit pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Like, how often y'all see a bear, where y'all usually see him at. That's what I was worried about, and I wanted to ask them about timeshares, like, if they thought it made sense to get a timeshare or just come out here on our own accord when we felt like it, which that's what they suggested to us. But, yeah, the lesson in it was, especially being young and black, we get judged a lot, and we just grew to be numb to it, to where it really don't even matter like that. The underline always matters, but, it's nothing that makes us uncomfortable. I know it don't make me uncomfortable. I go everywhere with my head held high, and I take pride in being black. And you're like, I know we the shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's deeper than that, you know what I'm saying? We need to change the definition of what we consider the shit also. You know what I'm saying? We need to up the bar on that. You know what I'm saying? And part of that is breaking out of the systematic way of thinking where, we always look at ourselves as the victim, because that's not always the case. Like, a lot of how you get treated in this world, most of it is how you carry yourself. It really don't always have to do with your background or your ethnicity. Like, we all people, and we exist in the same space. And that's one thing that'll always be. You know what I'm saying? You get judged individually by your encounters, your interactions with people, your ability to communicate, your ability to even change up your way of communicating when you're talking to certain people in certain places. You know what I'm saying? Especially, like, I was going to say especially business, but honestly, it's not even always about that, because sometimes how you talk to people outside of business can lead to business opportunities. So I can't even say that. It's just we got to change how we think and how we operate. Like, nobody wants to be judged by, to a certain extent, you always be judged by your parents. But I'm talking about the stigmas that come mostly with us being young and black. Sometimes we play the victim role too much. Like, I'm talking about us as a whole. We play the victim role too much. And like our experience at the McDonald's, of course, most of them people in there was probably racist. Not used to seeing black people. Some people might not even really be racist. They just, like I said, fear of the unknown. It might just be simple as they never seen black people come to this McDonald's before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even going to say everybody in there was racist. But the same way that I felt judged by everybody looking at us when we stepped in, I judged this older white couple when I stepped on the shuttle bus, not knowing that they was the coolest people that we encountered our whole time at the resort. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lesson learned in that. Like, they initiated the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Where we being closed off and we on guard, thinking that everybody gonna look at us the same because our earlier experience, these end up being the coolest people ever. Like, and if they wanted to be bougie, they could have been, because you could tell they had real money. Like, they ain't have on no gaudy jewelry or nothing like that, but you could just tell, like, the way the wife mink coat laid, the husband cuff links. You know what I'm saying? You know real money when you see it. You know what I'm saying? And them people had real money. Like I said, they every weekend is to come to a resort and fall back. That's not a trip for them. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget that couple, because they was like, they gave us a lot of game, like, just for life and just for our weekend staying at the resort. Like, just telling us how it is, like, living out there, because that's where they live at also. Like, so the Poconos in general, and they just, like, just sharing game with us, and just, it was a genuine conversation. And I appreciated that, because I went into it, with a closed mind, looking at it one way, and it ended up being a whole nother thing. Like, so, that's how we got to learn to operate in our travels. Like, as we navigate through life, we block a lot of blessings by being closed-minded and being judgmental, and we don't want to be judged. So that's a two-way street. It's not our place to judge others, like, you know what I'm saying, by what we think or what we assume. And a lot of times you end up missing out, because like I said, that's just a small example, because this applies to everything in life. But just that one thing, like with us being at the resort, and we feeling like out of anybody here, this couple will be the ones that look down on us. And they end up being the ones that was the most humble, the most thorough, you know what I'm saying? And that's just a story I wanted to share with y'all. And like I said, it go much deeper than that when it comes to learning from other ethnicities, people from other places. You gotta have an open mind. And a big part of it is how you carry yourself determines how others react to you. So, we gotta sharpen our own game. We gotta learn how to operate in certain spaces and break out of what we used to, where we come from, because that didn't really get us anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You learn a lot from people, because for one, their reality is not the same as ours. So it's a whole different perspective. And you got to get to the point where you learn to give people leeway for that as well. You know what I'm saying? But that's for another video where I'm going to get deeper into that. And it's going to be called Perspective. So look out for that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to get a lot deeper on that video. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like, we all, the only thing that we could use to make comparisons is our experiences. And that's what I'm going to be touching on. Like, people only know what their experiences were. And that got a lot to do with how they look at life and look at the people they encounter in life. But I appreciate y'all listening. Thank y'all for tapping in as always. Y'all inspire me to keep going. Everybody that's supporting the page, we 3 months in now. It's still growing. We going to always be building, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all building with me. Everybody that take time and listen.